Welcome everyone to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast for Tuesday, March 14th, 2017. So today the moon is in Virgo. We're still very much coming off of that full moon from last Sunday. So still an illuminating time. There still can be some insights. That full moon was square Saturn, so maybe with that there are some challenges we can take or challenge ourselves with some things here today. But Virgo is all about the analytical side of ourselves, making it a really good day for pragmatism. Anything that does take working on things, working on the details of matters, a bit of organization and meticulousness can be excellent to cultivate in our life. However we might do that can help us feel emotionally at ease. Now, of course, we still do have a lot of intuitive energy. We have the sun in Pisces. We've got Mercury there. Venus is still there. So very dreamy time collectively. And again, the point of all this is for us to develop our intuition at this time and to also maybe get some R&R and just get more connected to our soul or spiritual body in order to, have more faith essentially in life and have more acceptance and go with the flow. And just learning more about that, I think, is great. It's also a great way to focus on things at the moment with that receptive attitude. Now, today we do have a couple aspects going on. We have the sun going over Chiron, so there might be some healing taking place with all this faith or acceptance stuff. Mars is trining up to the North Node, so as an undercurrent to the day, maybe feeling quite driven to pursue our path, our life path, or the things that excite us. With that North Node in Leo. And this has been a Mars who's recently shifted into Aries. So just recently, maybe you felt this the past few days or something, slowly but surely more independence, more drive, more motivation to cultivate the things we want in life. So that can be very strong with the trine. And the moon is going to go over Jupiter. So again, reworking some possibilities. Jupiter can help us feel quite expansive, but at the same time, being open to still reworking whatever these possibilities are that we've been perhaps thinking about or cultivating since last year. All right, so that's the day generally, but let's go ahead and look at this in more detail. All right, so the moon in Virgo suggesting our concern and emotional well-being for the day in an area that is the aspect of life that likes to really work on things, right? Virgo is all about details, organization. This can be great for personal growth, development, perhaps our work, structuring things around the home, whatever it might be. It is good to sort of have that perspective of improvement, of refinement, of development, with whatever it is we're working on. Now, the sun, of course, like I said, and all these planets are still in Pisces, so it's a very receptive time, very intuitive time, and the sun is going to be going over that Chiron. So there's some healing taking place here today and tomorrow. You can see the aspect goes exact in the later part of the day. Going into tomorrow, certainly this healing of these wounds. And Chiron, who has recently shifted into Pisces, has been helping us heal wounds around our ability to let go, around our faith, our ability to, go with the flow and accept things for everything that they are, for the way that they are, and let go of everything that's outside of our immediate control and sphere of influence. So if it's not within the immediate sphere of influence, which, mind you, Virgo is all about. Virgo is, again, working on the things that are in our immediate control, which is primarily ourselves and how we respond to things. But everything that's outside of our control is certainly being, surrendered, collectively speaking. So the more willing we are to do that, this can be very healing, especially if any wounds do come up today. There might have to do with wounds about the deep psyche, about the spiritual self. Again, this is all Pisces. But I think it's very neutral in nature. I think the more willing we are to heal and accept, I think naturally as we go into tomorrow and Thursday, this sort of refreshing and rejuvenating energy from doing the healing these 2 days. Now, Mars trining up to the North Node does suggest that not on a personal level, but as an undercurrent, there is a lot of energy and motivation to cultivate our life path, our life direction. whatever it is we've been focused on, again, since last year. So this has been Mars recently shifting into Aries, where he's much more comfortable, which is that individually and collectively, we do have a great sense of drive, perhaps motivation. Now, mind you, it's still watery, but there is that energy there, that motivation, that drive, that independence, a greater sense of what we want and how to get it. So this can very much have to do with the North Node in Leo today, which has been, again, teaching us last year and this year the importance of our self-expression and cultivating things because they're an expression of what we're about. So as an undercurrent, you may feel that pull to do that today. Maybe take some actions towards some intentions, towards some future things. And again, anything you might consider your life path at the moment. All right, so those are the two most important things, but the moon is going to be going over Jupiter, so we could be feeling perhaps quite expanded emotionally. This can sway, Jupiter just expands, but the moon is the emotional body, so that can really be brought to the surface today. Now, of course, Jupiter is retrograde, so a lot of this is about, again, what we're rethinking or reworking at the moment. All these potentials, all these possibilities are retrograde at the moment, will be for the next few months. So if there has been stuff that has been expanding in your life since last year, today, as it has been lately these past few weeks, really good time to rework, rethink, reconsider, and just readapt to where things are taking us. Jupiter is the natural ruler of Pisces. And again, Pisces is about going with the flow. So this is about, again, going within for the answers, listening to our intuition, and then through that, having flexibility and adaptability to wherever life is taking us. All right, but willing to rework, right? That's the important thing. Virgo does help us work on the details of matters. All right, so with that conjunction, of course, because of where Jupiter's placed, we do have a T-square forming up with it. So on an emotional level, we could be feeling perhaps at ease or wanting to break free or break through with some of that reconsideration. Or maybe it's quite deep and quite intense for some of us. So extra attention on the emotions, balance, moderation. If, for example, if we are feeling like wanting to break free, just taking it nice and slow, listening to that part of ourselves that wants to do that, but through presence, awareness, and then making these steps that maybe we feel like we may want to make today. Okay, and I think most of the steps will likely be in terms of how we're responding and reacting to whatever these emotions are. So that's the day in a nutshell. I would say most importantly, we do have healing taking place. I think it's a great day to go within, to do that acceptance. If anything comes up, I don't think that's going to be very challenging. I think it's very natural and normal. We could want to do some healing. We could want to face some wounds, right? Some insecurities, some doubts, things like that. And that could really rejuvenate us going into the rest of the week. We do have a bit of motivation and drive towards that life path, especially with Mars in Aries. And again, today is an excellent time to really work on the details of matters, improve ourselves, improve our environment, and anything else that does require that sort of meticulous perspective on things. All right, so I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.